Hi, it's your favourite Yorkshire demo here. This is Suzanne at Hullahbaloo.com, and today's project is this one. So this is another sneak peek into the items that have coming available in the new Stampin' Up mini catalogue for January to June, and the celebration brochure, which will be active throughout January and February. So this suite of paper here is one of the items, and this stamp set here is another. So I'll quickly give you a little show of those. This box has a tapered top, and you just open the ribbon there like so, pull that out, and then as you can see there, there's quite a lot of space inside. You can fold this both ways. You can fold it so that the pieces go in, and then have a almost like a, well, I don't know what I'd call that, but it gives you a nice fancy top. Or as I have done, just pop those pieces outwards, and then you get like a tapered little triangular top. So I'm going to show you how to make one of these. So the suite of paper I'm using today is the Well Suited suite of paper, and that's the pattern I'm using. If I quickly show you the paper, this is the pack. This is the pattern I used on the previous box that I've just shown you. So as you can see, lots of designs. So this is almost a male orientated paper, with lots of shirt-like, suit-like patterns. Amazing for making those cards for males. This one reminds me of Stampin' Up grid paper. But as you can see, plenty of designs in here that don't have to be for males. This one reminds me of a shirt that James May or Jason Manford may wear. But plenty in there, and there is coordinating stamps and dies. But yes, the paper I'm using today is this shade. This design, sorry, it reminds me of an 80s retro thing that you might see on TV now. So my children are really into Strange Things, and this reminds me of something we may see on there. The other side's more of a one I'd say was more a suit pattern. Anyway, we're going to go with the basic black version this time. This piece of card needs to be 8 1/4 inches by 11 1/2. We're going to grab the scoreboard. And what we're going to do here, put that on straight, is on the long side, we're going to score this at 2 3/4, 5 1/2, 8 1/4, and 11. Then we're going to rotate it and score at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Then we're just going to put it back on that long side, and we're going to notch at 1 3/8, 4 1/8, 6 7/8, and 9 5/8. Okay, so I'm going to pop that away. Try not to destroy my craft room in the process. So what we're going to do, before I even burnish any of the card, I'm going to get my bone folder, and I'm going to get my stylus. And what we've got here, see if I can angle this so you can see, but we've got the little notch there that we then need to line to that corner and then to that corner, and we're going to do that in all 4 of these squares. So 1 and 2. Now you would be better doing this with a steel ruler or something that's a bit better than a bone folder. Like so, and then there you go, see, we get those triangles at the top. So now we can burnish. We're going to do all those lines. And then before we start cutting, we're going to do a bit of punching, as we need to punch for the ribbon to go through. So I'm just scoring what I can of these lines that we've put for the tapered top. We score it like so, and then flip the card over, and it should allow us to score it. Like so, all the way along, and it just means that we're going to find it easier to bring that tapered top together. There we go, so that's each of those done. Okay, punching. We need our detailed trio punch, and we're going to use this oval piece here. And we're going to pop each of these triangles. We're going to line the point of the triangle to this line as we enter it into the punch, and push it in all the way. Make sure it stays centered, and then punch through, so then you get the notch. So we're going to punch the first panel, so you've got the 1/2 inch piece on your right. We're going to punch the first and the third. There we go. And now we'll get cutting. Not much cutting to do, so we'll start from the right. So on the right hand side, at the top here, just need to ever so slightly miter that off. At the bottom here, up that first score line to the first horizontal score line, and we're going to take that piece away and slightly notch at the same time, like so. And then we want to go up each of these to split them off. Like so. The first and the third pieces where we've done the punching, they are the back and the front. So the two sides here, we want to just notch these so that they allow the box to close better. Like so. Notch that one a bit better, shall we? And then I take ever so slightly a piece from the bottom as well. So the second one. There we go, let's move all this. And then this is what you are left with. So I want to decorate mine before we bring the box together. So I have 4 pieces of the Well Suited Designer Series paper. These will go on the bottom squares here, and these measure 2.5 by 2.5 square, like so. And then we have 4 pieces that are 2.25 by 2.25. These will go here, but I'm going to show you how I cut them into triangles ready to go onto the card. I'm going to stick these ones on first, and I'm going to use my stamping seal. I find the seal a little bit easier to use than the Seal Plus, but I will be using the Plus to put the box together as we need something that's a little stronger. There we go, stick it to myself. Or stick them to each other. And there we go. So we'll pop these on here. I'm going to make sure that all my diagonal stripes are going in the same direction so that we don't have them all over the place, like so. Right, okay, I'm just going to pop that out of the way, and I'm going to show you how we did the triangles. So using my grid paper, I've got a pen, I'm taking this to the bottom. I want them that way, so I'm just going to flip it upside down because I want to notch the top. And these, because of these are 1 1/4, halfway is 1 1/8. So I'm just going to put a little mark on each one on the top edge at 1 1/8, making sure I turn them before I notch them so that we get the stripes in the right direction. And the last one, turn and mark that at the bottom there. So I just used my grid paper to do that. And then if you're comfortable, get some long scissors and just snip from the bottom corners up to that middle notch you just made, or you can get your trimmer and you can do it that way. I just use some long scissors and I just cut up like so, and then you've got a triangle ready to be used. So again, at the notch to the bottom, from the bottom to the notch, 2. You may find it easier to use your trimmer if you don't have long enough scissors, or perhaps you're not confident. So there's 3, and then our 4th one, like so. And there we go. Just move this out of the way. And then, as before, I'm going to stick these onto the box using seal. So we've got our 4, and then I just check that they're not going to overlap that hole at the top, which they're not. And there we go, there's our 4, which is brilliant. Right, so seal time. We'll get these lined up here. I'm loving how this one's turning out. I wasn't sure using this pattern would be as nice as the first one, but I think it's slowly changing my mind. Have you ever had that when you go to create a project and you want to do it a different way, you're not sure how it'll look, and then it actually turns out better than the first one you did and surprises you? I think that's where this one's going. Let's have a look. There we go, last one. And there we go. That's all them done. Stamping seal away. We need the Seal Plus this time. I'm just going to run a piece of this down that little glue tab we've got. So down the side there, as close to the edge as you can. Fold the box, bring the other side over. This is a way that I can bring the box together and know it's going to line up without trying to do it by eye. There we go. And then the tabs. So we know that the 2 trimmed tabs here are the sides. Where's my seam? My seam is here, so this one's the back. So then we'll pop some glue on the front, on the back of it. Putting plenty on so that it keeps hold. There we go, and then square it up and bring that together like so. Now we can poke our corners in because we scored those lines already. There we go, and we've got our 2 there that have got their notch ready for the ribbon. Where's my seam gone? My seam's there, so that's the back and that's the front. So the ribbon I'm using on this one is what we call glittered organdy ribbon. So it's a nice black glitter. I'm not sure how it's going to look, but we'll soon see. So I'm going to pop it from the, in fact I'm going to put a bit more of a point on that just to get it through that hole a bit better. There we go. So pop it through from the front and then back over like so. Pull it through so we can make a bow, and then I'm going to knot it first like so, and then I like to do my bows upside down. It sounds crazy, I know, but this is how I do them. So one rabbit ear upside down, one rabbit ear, cross them over, feed them through, and then making sure your tails flick to the front. There we go. So where's my other tail gone? There. Very 80s glitz, isn't it? There, we'll give that a trim. And there we've got the base of the box together. Right, bit of stamping and die cutting. Okay, so I have a scrap of Whisper White. I have my Memento ink somewhere. And I need to grab my stamp set, which is called You Are Amazing. So this is the first stamp set on the catalogue. So when you've got a copy, page 7, I'm going to use this stamp up in the corner. So this says hip hip hooray, 3 cheers for you. So I'm going to pop that on a block, and then I need to grab my Memento ink, which I did get out but is now evading me. There it is. I found it. Okay, so line that up, and as you can see I've got my stickers on these so I can line them up better. And then in the Memento, get that nice and inked up, stamp down. Beautiful. Put that away. And then for this I am using the Stitched Shapes dies. So if I bring them out, I am using not that square, I'm using this square, I think. Yeah, so it looks like it won't fit there, but I promise you it does. I'm going to bring my mini cut and emboss because it's cute, and why not? It's also better for you guys to see on camera. So I'll pop that on there, and then we're going to line that as best we can. It does fit. So if I show you here, if you go like that, you can see there is a slight bit extra after the stitching, that if you just line it up correctly, it will all fit. I'm just going to get that centered and straight. Pop this on carefully so I don't knock it. And then I hold it just while it goes through. And then I shove my grid paper everywhere. And let's see, can we get this through without throwing everything over my table? There we go, it's through. And then as you can see, it does literally just fit. That will pop lovely on the front of our box there. So just get these out of the way. And see this? Look at that. Look how light it is. Love it. It sits on my desk. and gets used all the time. So dimensionals for this, 1 in each corner. In fact, I'm just going to pop 3 on this one and not put them on the wrong side of the card. Come on, Suzanne. Engage the brain. Quickly sort these out. I don't want to repeat doing that, ideally. Let's try this one. Just and then the last one here, which is hopefully lifting off. Just right, so you'll pay more attention when you put your dimensionals on. Hopefully you'll pay more attention anyway, and then when you put your dimensionals on, it won't look like this. It'll look better. And there we go, in the centre there. So we've got Night of Navy or Basic Black. Which one do you prefer? I love them both equally. Right, and I'll see you next time for a new project. If you like any of the products made today, all these projects, and wish to know more, head over to my blog hullahbaloo.com, and on there will be a list of products, sizes, measurements, or you can click in the description bar and that will take you there also. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I put videos out 3 times a week. Head over to my blog, click the follow button, and I put blog content out 5 days a week. Or head over to Facebook, like my page Hullahbaloo, and I'm on Instagram also. Until next time, see you later.